sojourner. I'm a 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 sojourner. Man, I'm just dressed in black. I'm just trying to find my map. Niggas always talking smack. Make me go and get the strap. It seems like I'm ducking clones. Niggas always in my zone. It feels like I'm not alone. I'm just trying to get these papes, so I'm out here pushing weight. In the game, it's no escape. Get your paper, get your cheese, get your dough, get your moolah, get your bread, get your cheddar, get your chicken, get your money. If you holding on the dollar, then you flip it to 100. Post up with the family, cause you get it how you want it. Sojourner. I'm a 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 sojourner. Okay, cool. Salutations. Peace to the family. 747 24/7 361 degrees. Are we live? Can you people hear me clearly? Can you hear me? Let me put this in the comment section. Can you hear me? What's up? Can you hear me? What's up? Can y'all hear me? Clearly? Shout out to Sister LaUnc in the building. It is a 12:21 moment, as you know. 12. Shout out. Excuse me. It is 12:01 on the clock. Good morning. Shout out to Sister Joyce. She's always here with us. Thank you. Shout out to James Duffy. I'm glad to see you alive, bro. Everyone, share the video. Please share the video. So, how y'all feeling today? Everything is good. Everything is blessed. Hopefully everybody's blessed today. So, as you know, this is a preparation for the new cycle that's coming up. All right, so since it's 12:1, we're going to talk about the room 112 where all the player haters dwell. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about shout out. I see you in here, Queen. We're also going to just talk about we're going to do some readings on here. I do have some cards. So I will do some readings for some special people. All right, just letting y'all know if y'all stick around for the crown. Also, what I will be doing is sharing some information from Master Key Application 141, Introduction to Magic and Divination. All right, so if y'all in here, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming in the building. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all time. You already know. Thank you, Sister Patrona. It is a great night. Okay. Thank you for everybody watching across the world. I'm going to say that. Everybody that's watching across the world, I really appreciate your service and your time to the movement called the Messiah. All right. So,
Just moving forward. Thank you, Sister La'am. You already know the Messiah Code. Peace to all the All Stars. Okay. So the first thing I would like to say today, if you got your book, if you're on the email list, if you're on the email list, make sure that you get on the email list. If you're not, the email will be floating across the screen, so you'll be able to contact the movement. All right. If you have any questions in regards to what I'm sharing with y'all today. All right. Now, I'm going to go over a book called The 141 Introduction to Magic and Divination. And I want to talk about this something that is very relevant in this book and how to utilize this book in general. Okay, so in this book called The 141, people ask me, well, what is the 141? Well, what do you mean by the 141? Okay, the 141 actually means the ones that are for oneness or the ones that are for wholeness. Or these are the ones that are classified as the chosen ones. Okay, or the lost but now found ones. And you might say, explain that to me, Lamel. Because when you flip the number 141, you can put it as 411, like a question mark. Like you, what's the 411? You're questioning. So those are the wanderers. All right. That also goes back to Genesis 114. Um, and and no 414. Excuse me. In regards to when Cain was called a wanderer, he was literally cursed with a destiny of being a wanderer of sort, a vagabond. And that's in Genesis 4:14. That's the inversion of what we call the 141. All right. Just explaining that one. So when you look at these numbers, I want y'all to see these numbers outside in, inside out, however you need to see them, because you are literally operating from what we call the dot. And you say, well, what is the dot, Lamel? The dot is represents your center point of creation, your center point of how you see things, and all things in a sense revolve around you. Everything revolves around you. So hopefully that can resonate with a couple folks, and you know what I'm talking about, because you are unique, and what you represent on this planet is is what we call a Messiah, all right, or the body of the Messiah. Now I'm gonna show you what the body of the Messiah looks like. Everybody on here is located on this body. Sorry, thank you. Everybody here is located on this body right here. Everybody. If you ask me for a reading, if you ask me a number, if you ask me a question about something, what I'm going to relate to is this body right here. In some way, in somewhere, each one of us are located on this body. And as we unite and form, we become whole in one body as the 141, or those that flow between the 1 and the 31. Okay? For instance, if I ask you when is your birthday, you're going to tell me your birthday falls in between a 1 and 31 number. All right. And that 1 and 31, 131, actually represents the sacred name as well. Okay. This 131 actually represents the sacred name, which so happens to be Lamel, which is Lamel. And 131 equals Lamel, the sacred name, or what we call the body of the Messiah. All right. Now, this body, we have been led, we have been led to this body by a sacred star. Just like the wise men, they was led to the Messiah back in the day by a sacred star. We were led to this Messiah by a sacred star as well. And you might say, Well, what star is that, Lamel? Okay. I'm gonna share with y'all today what star it is, or what system of stars it is. It's what we call Cassiopeia. Okay, Cassiopeia. Now remember, Cassiopeia is a is an Ethiopian queen. It represents the Ethiopian queen of the throne. Let's get that straight. Let's get it straight. When we say Cassiopeia represents the wife of the phoenix or the lady of the throne as the meaning, well, what throne are you talking about? It's the Ethiopian throne. It's the throne of Cush. All right. She represents that as as a canopy in the sky. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like. You got these 5 stars. No matter what time of the year, they move around a center point, or what we call Polaris. Okay, these 5 stars. Now, these 5 stars actually look like a M, a 3, or let me see if I had a slide for it. I think I had a slide for it. Excuse me. I got a slide for it. Where Cassiopeia actually looks like a M, a 3, a E, a W, whatever. These connect with the 13 principle, the principle of the 13, or what we call the mother or the master. Okay, but this is all 3 in 1, also connecting up with the number 5, as in the 5 points of a woman. Okay, this is Cassiopeia right here, which so happens to be an important solar system to us, because when you look at Cassiopeia, it brought us to this. Luke chapter 131, it says, "And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb," which is the matrix, "and bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name the Savior," which is the Messiah. All right, 131. Once again, if you go to Luke 131, you'll find this. Now, the funny thing about it is, I can show you so many anomalies with this 131 number. I can show you various different anomalies, how these things connect up. Okay. Thank you for everybody sharing the video as well. I really appreciate the support. All right. I can show you so many anomalies of this number, of what we call the Messiah. Now, people might ask me, well, where is the Messiah? Who is the Messiah? All right. The Messiah is actually here in these days and times. Just to let you know, the Messiah is actually here. So, pardon me, I'm sharing a video a little bit. The Messiah is actually here. The Messiah is actually a frequency of thought. Excuse me. That resonates in the awareness of a certain few. Just put it that way. The Messiah is an awareness of a certain few. Only a certain few truly know what the temporal feeling of what the Messiah represents. Okay? So hopefully, I can share a little bit of experience with everyone, and we can all resonate with that same frequency and become one body. Thank you for everybody coming in the broadcast. I really appreciate your time and your presence. All right. So now I want to read something from this 141, Introduction to Magic and Divination. And I want to tap into a little bit of this information. Thank you for everybody coming in. I really appreciate your time. All right. I want to tap into a little bit of this information called the 141 Introduction in Magic and Divination. All right. So I'm gonna read probably a little bit of the first, a little bit of these couple verses from this book, just so we can get some light, and I want to share some thoughts and elaborate on what this is talking about. All right. So it says this. Excuse me. All right. The 141 Introduction to Magic and Divination. Begin all prayers and thinking as a part of Shu Awutala. So, what is Shu Awutala? Ucha, thank you. Sister Dulcina, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate your presence, Queen. Thank you. All right. So Shu Awutala represents all observable forces. So you begin all prayers and thinking as a part of Shu Awutala. Okay? Shu is the air, Ah represents the fire, Wu is the water, Ta is the earth, and La represents the flesh. Flesh. So it's all observable forces. Okay? Now, opening the gateway to oneness, verse 1. The pathway to greatness, the one for one. These are the ones that are for oneness. Wholeness. Everything is codified and it connects with some sort of sequence. The one for one is actually the quaternary sequence, the pinnacle of 5, or 0 through 4, or what is considered the 1 through 4, the 1 plus 4 equal to 5, the pinnacle. All right. So somebody asked me, they say, what do you mean by this, Lamel? And I'm going to break every verse down as we go along. Okay. I'm going to read up until verse. I guess I'll read to verse. I'll read to verse 14 or something like that. And then I'll elaborate on a couple of these things. Thank you for everybody coming in. I really appreciate your presence and your time. Thank you. Thank you for coming in the video. All right, I'm sharing this book called The 141 Introduction to Magic and Divination with the family. Now, everybody should have this book if you are on the email list. If you are not on the email list, make sure that you get on it. All right, I'm going to read through it and then I'm going to elaborate on the stuff. All right. And like I said, we will be doing readings today. I do have the cards with me. All right. So let's continue. All right. So everything is codified and it connects with some sort of sequence. The one for one is actually the quaternary sequence, the pinnacle, the principle of 5, 0 through 4, or what is considered the 1 through 4. 1 plus 4 equal 5, the pinnacle. All right. Verse 3. This is what balances everything. And through the course of time and space, it has been the driving force and mechanism of the source center. Verse 4. The 1 for 1 really represents the frequency of time. When I told y'all that I told y'all the fact that that time is measured by the 1 for 1, that animated and the dormant, which is Genesis chapter 1 verse 14. It's because it's the motion of time. Time is still in motion. It doesn't stop. You can be looking at something and verse 6, excuse me. You can be looking at something and it is still vibrating no matter how much you think it stopped. It didn't stop at all. Verse 7. Nothing stops. So that's why time is measured between the animated and the dormant. Verse 8. The 1 for 1 became the principle of your one in the 9. It became the same principle, 1 or 14 times 9, or 14 equals 14, 19 equals 14, same thing. So I took y'all to Genesis 1:14 through 19, and it said, God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made stars also. God set them in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day, and to rule and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Verse 9, the animated and the dormant. The animated and the dormant. That is A, 1 is A and 4 is D. Animated and dormant. What's animated and dormant in your life? The outward and the inward. Verse 10, it's what you activate inside you that you bring out. They say Anno Domini. They say life after death, AD. They say Autobot or autonomous and deception or Decepticon, AD. They say a lot of things in reference to time itself, AD 1:4. Verse 11. When you go into Genesis chapter 1:14, it tells you about time. It tells you about how time is logged and how you measure time. You measure time by the cycles. You measure times by the cycles. Verse 12, it says this. So they have tricked us, and many have been placed in what is called a placebo effect. Many have been placed in what is called a placebo effect on the mind and the body. When I told you the fact that Jupiter is your sun, and I said Saturn so happens to be the moon, that should have changed your perception of time in the world and how you perceive the whole world. I'm gonna stop it there because I said I was only going to read to verse 13, but it's scary get really hot in here. It's scary get really hot in here. So, all right, so I'm gonna break this down verse from verse, pound for pound, and then we're gonna move forward, and I'm gonna show y'all how to use this 1-for-1. I'm gonna show y'all how to use this 1-for-1. All right, peace to the messiahs. So, verse 1, it says, opening the gateway to oneness, the pathway to greatness, the 1-for-1. These are the ones for the oneness. This is who I represent. These are the people that for me, this is a designated place where I choose to feel comfortable at. All right, why you say that? Because these are the people for oneness, for wholeness. They think of the collective. They don't think about the individual. When y'all think of one, y'all think a lot of times people think of one like me. I'm me. But we is me, or me is we. All right, so we're going to get that straight. So the people that are connected, the 1-for-1, these are the ones that are for the oneness. But when you think about oneness, I want you to think about wholeness. Wholeness. When we put one up, we do a one like this. We don't do a one like this. That would be individuality. We represent wholeness. Just to let y'all know, we don't represent individuality as a form of peace. We represent wholeness as a form of peace. All right? So hopefully that resonates for some folks. All right. So it's going to get real deep because, like I said, I'm breaking this 141 down pound for pound. Shout out to everybody coming in the video. State your name, put it in the comment section, and also share the video. Look out for the cookout. Please look out for the cookout. Okay, so it says this. Everything is codified and it connects with some sort of sequence. Everything. Do you get that? Everything in life, everything that you go through. That's why this is called the Messiah Code. Everything that you go through in life, everything that you see in life, it connects with some sort of sequence. It's not out of place. All right, just letting y'all know, it's not out of place. It has a sequence, or it has a rhythm of how it connects up with something else. So it's up to you to find where it connects, where the dots truly connect. That. All right. Moving forward. So it says the 141 is, it says the 141 is actually the quaternary. It should say is, but it says the 141 is actually the quaternary sequence. Now you say the quaternary. What do you mean by quaternary? When I'm talking about quaternary, it goes in to talk about it. It says the pinnacle, because quaternary deals with 5 or 4 or 5 or 5 or 4, however you want to see it. And this is why in the Messiah Code we turn the 4 into the 5. All right, the 4, because the Messiah becomes the 5th element, right? As the 4, he's the 141, the chosen one, or the one for the oneness. Guess what? He turns the 4 into the 5 and becomes the pinnacle or the center point. All right. So it says quaternary sequence, the pinnacle, the principle of 5, 0 through 4. Because a lot of times, like let's say if we talk about the number 4, we only count 4 numbers, but we don't count the 0 as a position of nothingness, but it still represents a position either way. You got to count it. So you count 5 when you count 4. Y'all get that? It's like 0. Okay, you'll say 1 through 4. Okay, we don't count 0. It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. But it has to be a space for nothingness. This is how reality is. This is how you jot reality. All right. This is why we say in the Messiah Code. Look at this. Thank you for coming through my broadcast.
Sorry, bro.
Yo, that's why we say in the Messiah Code, you far as the lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
You good?
All right, go ahead.
Look at this. That's why we say in the Messiah Code, in reference to the excuse me, man. The man, I had one of them brain clusters, man. I'm sorry, yo. That just blew my mind real quick. Anyhow, when you look at the numbers, they're coded. What I was going to talk about, your log date. That's what I meant to say. Your log date, man. When you log in space and time, you got numbers. You got numbers that you log in. None of y'all log in as the 000. All of y'all log in with another number besides the 0 as your first and only number. All right. So that number is designated for what we consider to be the universal principle, or what y'all consider to be the most high. It's nothingness. It's nothingness because you can't add. It's nothingness to you because you don't know how to perceive it in your reality. But it's a space for it. You get what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to share with y'all. That's what I wanted to share with y'all. Hopefully that resonated with a couple people. All right. I'm going to break down verse 3 for y'all real quick. So it says this is what balances everything. And through the course of time and space, it has been the driving force and mechanism of the source of what we call the center. That's why I said those that are for wholeness, those are for oneness, those that are for the collective, not the individual. Those that are not for themselves. Like when you wake up in the morning, do you think about doing something for the wholeness, or you think about doing something for yourself? Because we start in the early morning revolutions. I'm just telling y'all, for any place you at on the planet, we have started the early morning revolutions. So when you wake up in the morning, the question is, do you think about yourself or do you think about the whole? You should be thinking about the wholeness. You should be thinking about what the wholeness and not the individual. And that's the difference between those that are messiahs and those that are gods, goddesses, or whatever they want to call themselves. Kings, queens, emperors, and empresses. The messiah serves the people. And the king and the queen, really their job is to serve the people, to be honest. They are in service to the people. If you want to keep it real, the king and the queen, that is their job, is to service the people in a way that is fit. And that's to rule them in the right way. But it's also to service them. All right? Taking the ear and learning the voice of the many. My fault, excuse me. Learning the voice of the many and speaking on behalf of the many, and not, or the whole, not the individual. And that's what a king and queen does. All right. Moving forward, I took y'all to Genesis chapter 1:4, right? 114. Thank you for everybody coming in the video. Share the video. I'm breaking down this book, the 141. Make sure that you are on the email list. Make sure y'all are on the email list. All right. So look at this. So the 141 really represents the frequency of time. All right. Because when we talk about the 141, we talk about A and D. A and D, the first letter being A, meaning alpha, and then the last number being D or 4, as in delta. All right, alpha and delta. All right, alpha and delta. That's what it represents. So the 141 really represents the frequency of time. When I told y'all the fact that time is measured by the 141, it's the animated and the dormant. So this is what the 141 truly is. It's that which is animated and that which is dormant. All right, the 141. A and D, animated and dormant. You might perceive something as dormant, but it's really in animation. All right, it's vibrating, it's in movement. All right, it's in movement. I'm gonna bring y'all to the next verse. Bring y'all to the next verse. All right, verse 5. All right, it says it's because it's the motion of time. Time is still in motion, it doesn't stop. And that's what I explained to y'all. It really doesn't stop. Neither should you. You should always be in motion, doing something, learning something, becoming something, growing into something. All right. Thank you for everybody coming in the video. Share the video. Share the video. Share the video. Look out for the cookout. All right, now I'm breaking down this book, the 141 Introduction to Magic and Divination. If you have this book, um, I'm actually on page 12. If you have the book, I'm on page 12. And I'm reading from page 12. Thank you, everybody, coming in. So I'm going to go up to verse 13. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do some readings with the cards. We're going to do some readings with these cards. And most importantly, I'm going to show y'all how to create your own cards so you can do your readings yourself. Now, the difference between the Messiah Code and any other tarot card, no disrespect, you got to create your own deck. You can't buy this from the internet. You got to invoke the magic from your own hand. Hear me out. You got to invoke the magic from your own hand. It's not none of that watered down microwave magic where you don't even know who you calling upon. All right. We call upon the ones that connect with our bloodline. And not only just our bloodline, the righteous ones of our bloodline. All right. But some of the wicked ones we do connect up with as well, because we might need them to give us an insight on the wickedry of the people. So when we tap into our ancestors, it is a balance. I'm just letting you know. It is a balance. Now, I did a video called the Tarot Card Tabacalation. That is correct. If you're looking for more insight on what type of I would say dispute or anything quarrel I got with the tarot cards, I got a whole video called the Tarot Card Tabacalation. You can read that. All right. Or you can go not read it, you can go watch the video and get some insight on my perspective. Now, let me move forward. All right. So, like I said, you could be looking at something that was on verse 6. I said you could be looking at something and you think it stopped, and then it doesn't stop at all. It actually still moves. That's why I said life moves. Life moves at a pace that you got to keep up with, y'all. I mean, keep it real. This verse 6, represents the gift and the curse. So life moves at a pace that you got to keep up with. You always got to be learning something. You always got to be becoming something. You always got to be upgrading yourself with technology, because technology in itself is always upgrading itself. All right. So you got to be the one to move forward with it and know that you need to be learning something new. All right. So we offer in the Messiah Code movement, we do offer computer training or networking training. All right. For information technology, if you're interested in that field of study. Okay. And it's various different subjects that represent that. Okay. That I will be sharing with y'all, like the CCNA, the MCSA, also Amazon Web Services. We need to be on these things. This is the $100,000 lifestyle that we want. All right. So if you are interested in the computer classes, if you are interested in getting in the computer classes for the Messiah Code movement, you can email the movement at your discretion, and you can just say, I want to get in the computer class, Lamel. Now, if you do get in the computer class, I'm telling you right now, we ain't taking no smack. It's penalties for people being late. If you late, if you don't got excuse, a real reason why you late, then man, it's only a couple times you can be late. Then we not taking you serious. You gotta go. I'm just saying. If you signing up, this is for people that are signing up for the computer classes. Now, if you would like to make $180,000, $180,000, a potential to make $180,000, I'm going to give you a course of study to get that, which is the CCNA. Or you can do Amazon Web Services as well. This is the potential to make $180,000. Now, I know you want fast money, but you got to play the long game sometime, yo. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Y'all got to learn and know how to play the long game. All right? I know y'all want money now. Y'all want some money right now. Y'all want, oh, I want money now. Listen, sometimes you got to know how to play the long game if you truly want some real success in life. But if you want to get in the computer classes, all right, get on the email list, which you are on. If you already on the email list, and just be like, yo, I'm ready. I want to get on the computer in the computer classes. All right. And what we'll do is we'll design 3 or 4 days a week. Not nothing crazy like every day. It'll be like probably 3 days a week. And we're going to have a Zoom. It'll be a Zoom class. We'll do it on Zoom. And we'll be in it. Also, I'll put you in Google Classrooms as well. And I'll share all the information. So if you're interested in making $180,000 potentially a year, this is your ticket. This is your ticket to make that money, honey, as well as be up with technology and be up with the way the world is moving. Here at the Messiah Code movement, you will be getting these resources for you and your family. You'll be getting these resources. It's up to you. The problem is this. I'm going to tell y'all something with this animated and dormant. Yo, when it comes to learning these things, like if you want to make this money, you're going to have to show and prove. You're not going to have, you can't do this superficially. You know how with knowledge, people are so superficial with knowledge. You don't know what field of study they came from, and you don't know what trials and tribulations they had to go through to authenticate the message that they represent. So superficially, knowledge can be superficial on all levels because everybody thinks they know something. All right, and probably everybody does know something. All right, but we all don't know everything. I'm just telling you. So when you get in this field of IT, it's just yes and no's. It ain't no what you think or your opinion of something. I'm telling you, when you get in this realm that I'm gonna share with y'all, it ain't no uh 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 uh, uh I'm gonna come up with my own opinion. No, it is yes or no, and that's how it works with this. And you have to show and prove who you are because when you take that test, the CCNA test, it costs $300. But guess what? $300 so you can be certified. So you can be certified to make $180,000. But you have to be mentally prepared for the test. All right? That's what I wanted to share with y'all. I'm going to move forward. I don't want to beat the horse too bad on that one. All right? Definitely don't. But hit up the Messiah Code movement if you're interested in that field of study. All right. Yeah. Now back to what I was saying. The 1-for-1 became the principle of the 1-for-1. Listen, the 1-for-1 became the principle of your 1 and the 9. That's what I was talking about. Everything that flows between the 1 and the 9. All right. It became the same principle. 14 times 19 or equal 14. Okay. So then I took y'all to Genesis 1 through 14 through 19. Now, you might say, why did I take you to Genesis chapter 1, verse 14 through 19? We don't believe in the Bible, LaMel. Why do you bring us to Genesis If we don't believe in the Bible, that's just a fictional story. Okay, it's a fictional story. You can let's do that. I tell people every time these people listen, every time these people tell me that the Bible is a fictional story, you know what I tell them? Okay, okay, cool. But I'm the realest story they ever wrote. Check that out. Because I can find myself in it. I can find stories of certain situations that I went through in it. So, yeah, I'm the realest story they ever wrote. All right? You can say the Bible is fake and you can say it whatever you want to say about it. All right? Follow the narrative. All right? This is symbolic. This is allegorical. Okay, cool. Let's go there. Either way about it, it still stresses the point that I made. It still stresses the point that I made, that it talks about how to measure time. It literally talks to y'all how to measure time. And if you go deep within the message, it all starts within the great light within. Because God said, let there be two lights in the firmament of heaven. Yeah. What heaven you talking about? What heaven we talking about? We talking about the abode of your mind. That's where the heaven is. That's where the heavens are. All right? That's where the true heavens are. And in yourself. This is where the light is. This is where that great light that they talking about. This is where that great light dwells, in the firmament. In that high place that you consider to be a low place. All right? To divide the day and the night. All right? Or what is clear to you and what is not clear to you. It is a great light inside you. Do you see? Message. It's a great light that this universe put inside you to divide the day and the night. So the day represents what is known to you, and the night represents what is unknown to you. All right? So this light that the universe put inside you, this great light, is actually a light to literally to help you to decipher these things. So let me tell you something. What's in the light is chaotic. What is perceived in the light is truly chaotic. The things that you perceive in the light is chaotic. All right. And the things that you perceive in darkness becomes fear. And that's the negative expression of those two. All right. But the things that you see in the light represents your intellect. It represents your spark of ideas. It represents your awareness. And the things that you perceive in the darkness represents your peace. It represents your tranquility. It represents the point of life where you have no situations that's interrupting you in the darkness. Matter of fact, if you go into what is that? Exodus chapter 20, verse 21. What happened? Moses went into the thick darkness to find God. He went into the thick cloud of darkness to find God. A thick cloud of darkness. You ask them why would he go into, they say that's where God was, in a thick cloud of darkness. And you be like, damn, I would think God would be in some light, in the light. God would be in the light. Well, what's in the light? Lucifer became the light bearer, or what you call the torch bearer. You consider to be the torch. Remember they called Lucifer the torch bearer? Sounds like we at the Olympics, right? Yeah. The Lucifer is the freaking torch bearer, meaning that he's the bearer of the light, of that light of distraction. That light what makes you think you know something, or you know it all, and you really don't know it all. Because one thing is, if you look into that universe right there, if you go look into that universe, you see light traveling through a vast sea of darkness. You see light traveling through a vast sea of darkness. All right. So what does that mean? It means you may think you know something, but guess what? It's somebody that knows something greater than you. All right. And together we know many things. But in general, in general, it's always something that you can learn. It's not your light of intellect. You always can you can upgrade your technology in some sort of way. All right. So moving forward, moving forward, uh, verse 9. All right. Verse 9. It says this: animated and the dormant. All right, A and D. What's animated and dormant in your life? What's animated and dormant in your life? I want you to think about that one. You might say, well, what is animated? What you pay attention to is your animation. What is dormant is what you hide or what you don't disclose for people. All right, that's dormant, the animated and dormant. So I asked you the question: what's animated and dormant in your life? Because this represents how you measure time itself as well. All right, verse 10. Verse 10. Wow. For all the people that got the book, thank you. For all the people that support, thank you. For all the people that send donations to the movement as well. Sister Conifear, I appreciate you. Sister Brittany, thank you for your donation. I woke up to your donation. That was hot. Sister Conifear, I woke up to your donation. I really appreciate y'all, yo. I really appreciate everyone that supports the movement. All right. Even your time is money. I'm gonna keep it real. Your time is money. All right. Um. So it says this. It says it's what you activate inside you that you bring out. They say Anno Domini. Yeah, Anno Domini, AD. We're in 2021 AD, Anno Domini, right? They say life after death. Life after death. All right? After death. And then they also say Autobot or autonomous. What is autonomous? I don't say Autobot like Autobot. You thinking about the Transformers? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, bro. Thank you, King. Thank you, B. I need some music so I can play on the channel as well. Send me some music, brother Brian, so I can play some of your music on the channel. I appreciate it. Uh, but when I say Autobot or autonomous, when I say Autobot, I'm saying autonomous. It's meaning that you think autonomously. You think for yourself. I don't mean think like I'm not talking about a Transformer movie. I was just using it like reference. But AD, Autobot deception, or Adam and the devil. Doesn't it sound like the same thing almost? But Adam was given the will, like autonomous, like Autobots are given a will, autonomous, to be autonomous. And then the devils, or what you consider to be the what's the name, or demons, or they have no will of their own. They don't possess a will of their own. They just carry out what they're meant to do. All right, just letting y'all know. So a demon is a demon. It's here to carry out what it's meant to do. You can't really negotiate with a demon. All right. The best thing I can tell you is just to avoid them. Like a lot of the devils in your life, a lot of the people that are infectious devils. Guess what? Avoid them. Avoid the subject. Avoid everything. All right, that'd be the best thing, because in some cases it becomes contagious and you can become a devil yourself, or become possessed with that spirit and become angry with someone and begin to argue with someone or be argumentative. You don't even have to be arguing, just be argumentative. All right, so you need to watch it. All right, but that's what I'm saying, autonomous and deception. Okay, they say a lot of things in reference to time itself. Okay, and then I got a couple more verses, and then we're going to do some readings. All right, but I will also show y'all how to use y'all book as well before I do the readings. All right. Now it says, verse 12, if you have your book, it says this in verse 12. Verse 12, thank you for everybody coming in. I appreciate it. Share the video. Everybody on the Facebook, everybody in the YouTube, thank you for your presence. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. It says this. So they tricked us. Um, so they tricked us. And many have been placed in what is called a placebo effect on the mind and body. Y'all hear me? So they tricked us, man. Telling you, they tricked us like with time. They gave you time. They told you what time it is. They told you what time to get up. They told you what time you're going to die. They told you what time you was born. They gave you time. They gave you time in a cell like a prisoner. That's deep, right? They gave you time in a cell like a prisoner. So, yeah, you like the cells of my body. You right. I do feel like a prisoner, Lamel, because every night I'm dreaming of escaping, or when I'm in my meditation, I'm dreaming of escaping this cell. They gave you time and they gave you life, buddy, with that time. But you know what they did with life? They reversed life and they gave you this. They didn't even give you, they reversed life and gave you this. Say life backwards. What do you get? Evil. 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 Spell life evil. The same way if you spell live backwards, you get evil. Same way you get, thank you, Sister Shell. Time is an arbitrary construct. I like that. Just like live, you get evil. And just like lived backwards, you get the devil. Just like lived backwards, you get the devil. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Queen, brother. Share the video. Y'all hear that? So, yeah, it's been a major deception on the people. A major deception on the people. All right? I got one more verse, and then I'm going to do some readings, and I will also talk about how to create your own card deck. Your own card deck. Everybody, I encourage you to create your own card deck. All right? I encourage you all to create your own card deck. Just give me about 5 minutes. I just want to let y'all know I'm going to have a special guest as well in the broadcast. I got a special guest. I got a good brother that's going to come in. He's an entrepreneur. He got things going on. I want good things going on with the community. I want him to explain his piece on how what he's doing for the community. So in about 5 minutes, I'm going to bring him on as well. All right. So when I told you the fact that Jupiter is your sun, and I said Saturn so happens to be your moon, it should have changed your perception of time in the world and how you perceive the whole world. And I'm going to leave it at that. If you need the book, just get on the email list. The email is at the bottom of the screen. If you are a newcomer in this video, please share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate that. And and just listen to some good information that I'm gonna share with y'all. All right. So when I told y'all Jupiter is your sun, and I said Saturn so happens to be your moon, it should have changed your perception of how you see the world and how you perceive the whole world. The reason why I say that is because Jupiter Jupiter sits at the center of our solar system. The sun doesn't sit at the center of our solar system. All right? We chase the sun in a sense. We're chasing the sun. And as we're chasing the sun, what y'all need to know is that we are actually, how should I say, inside the body of this object, all right, or this being or this entity. We're actually in the body of it, all right, and they call it the heliosphere. The heliosphere is actually a plasma encasing that our solar system is in. It's like almost like plasma, what they would call it, that our solar system is in. So I need y'all to take note on that. All right. Um, so we're inside the sun. We're inside the body of it. All right. Now what we revolve around, you know, is the center of the Milky Way galaxy. All right. But in the keynote, we are connected with what is considered to be the zodiac as well. All right. Or the canopy of sky, or the canopy of clusters of stars that connect, or what we consider to be the zodiac. Now, you might say, well, from your perspective, these stars formulate these certain images, or these certain what we call template um personifications, all right, which y'all call zodiac signs. But it goes deeper than that, because I know it's based upon perspective of where we are. But what you need to know is that these are satellites. They're satellites. They reflect light, or the light that is reflected on this earth has an influence on the mind, because the mind is a heavenly body that is influenced by what is considered to be other heavenly bodies. Hopefully that connects up why you might say I believe in the zodiac, or why I trust in the zodiac in some sort of way. All right. But even though it is an old regime, in reference to, in a new age, you're not going to have a zodiac sign. You're actually going to have positive and negative charges. That represents your sign of choice or whatever. But positive and negative charges. And also you have you have a designated job, which is the primes. You can be 4 to 5 primes. All right. As you know, neutral prime, lunar prime, solar prime, vector prime, and axis prime. All right. You can be one of those 5 primes, but your birthday, or what your log date, has a positive or negative charge. All right. So I'm going to leave that. I'm done elaborating on the 141. Now, if you are not on the email list, make sure that you are on the email list. Excuse me. Make sure you are on the email list to get this book. And if you got the book, study it to its fullest. Just the introduction to magic and divination, the 141, introduction to magic and divination. If you got this book, make sure you studying it, man. And make sure that you utilizing this book. I'm going to give y'all something else. Now, with this book, you can create your own tarot. It's not a tarot card deck. This is not a tarot card deck. Let me get this straight. Let me tell y'all some real stuff. This is not a variation of a tarot card deck. All right? This is the variation of what we consider to be the Urim Thummim. Now, the Urim Thummim, in ancient times, in ancient Hebraic times, they utilized to divinate, to connect with what they consider to be the higher force. Now, Urim actually means Urim means lights or lights, and then you got Thumima, because Urim means like fire lights or lights of fire or the fire within. Urim, like the fire or the lights. But Thumima or Thumim, Urim Thumim, Thumima means actually to perfect the light within. So that's what this was connecting with. Thank you. We got Australia in the building. Thank you. Shout out to the land down under. Thank you. Or over top. I don't know where y'all how you want to look at it. All right. So that's what this is. Tubima means to perfect. And then you got Urim. Urim is the lights or the light that you perfect. The light within that you perfect. That's what this represents. All right. So that's where this would branch from. This degree or this field of divination. All right. That's where it has its roots at. Okay. Now, you have 41 cards. 41 cards. Now, with these 41 cards, you got some cards you can. This was the card that I pulled earlier. All right, for myself. One thing about this card, if I put it in the mirror, it's not going to change. That's the difference between some of these cards that I pull. It's a magic to them, meaning that they have a reversal. A reversal. If you put them in the mirror, they switch up or they flip up. All right? So it's a certain magic behind certain images. Certain images have a magic to them where if you place them in the mirror, they don't change at all. They just still remain the same. All right. So with the 1-for-1, if you got your book, what you should do is, I'm going to show y'all real quick. I'm going to keep it basic real quick. And I'm going to show y'all how y'all do it. You got to write down this. These images, yo. All these images, you got to, let me show y'all. In your book, you got to write down these images, man. You got to write them down. And as you write them down, you put them on different pieces of paper or stones or clay tablets or whatever you want to do. You put them on different items, right? And then what you do is you randomly pull them. But the key thing is you use your hands to write the symbols down. This is the magic you're going to invoke. You use your hands to write the symbols down. So you can invoke the power within. That's the magic. Everybody here, if you have this book, you should also have your own deck. You shouldn't be saying like cool stuff. That's what's up. But you should be having your deck also because you've been a part of the movement for over a year. If you don't have your deck, I'm going to hit you with a Macho Man Randy Savage from Off the Top Rope. Just letting y'all know. I love y'all and everything. But if you are a part of this movement for over a year and you have not created your own deck, then you don't take these lessons seriously. You don't take the field of study, which is called the Messiah, seriously. And I want y'all, I want to let bygones be bygones, and I want y'all for real. I'm gonna let bygones be bygones, and I want us to start from scratch. And I want you to create your own deck tonight or tomorrow. But either way, you make it a priority. All right. Also, what you should have done as well is if you've been a part of this movement for so long and you got your information, you know what you should have done as well. I love y'all and everything. No puns intended. You should have this on your door, yo. Everybody should have a picture of this somewhere in your house or on your door. On the inside of your door as protection. Or you should have it somewhere hanging up in your house. This is the body of the Messiah. You should, with your own hand, create the body of the Messiah. So you know where everyone is on this body, including yourself. You know where everyone is, including yourself. And I'm gonna take y'all back to Moses' time when the evil spirit was coming and taking people out, all the firstborn, when they was taking people out. Guess what? They put something over their door, which was know thyself. That's what was over top of the door. Know thyself. And that's the same thing. Know thyself as being the Messiah. Because collectively, we are one body, which is the Messiah. We are one body. One body. So thank you for everybody coming in. But if you coming in this video, share the video. Look out for the cookout. Share it with your mama. Share the video. Like, look out and study. Don't just like play games with your life. Because I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a real reason. And that's to change lives. Change lives, yo. Change lives. That's it. You can say anything you want to say about me. You can say you don't even like me. I don't care. I'm still here to change a life. And whether it be one life on this broadcast, I did my work. I did my work. So, yo, y'all gonna have to take these studies seriously. All right, if you haven't already. Okay, and create your own deck and create your own Messiah body. All right, and put it on your somewhere in your home as a point of reference. And then also you should know today's date, which is 4/23/1. All right, we should be on it. Everybody should know the date of the codex. All right, how we know the date of the codex, being in tune with the body of the Messiah. Every day, just knowing what today's date is very important, because that shows that you didn't give your life to Pope Gregory. How many here gave their life to Pope Gregory? I just want to know how many here pledged their life to Pope Gregory. And you want to say, not me, LaMel. I didn't pledge my life to Pope Gregory. And I'm going to say, you a liar. And that's called plausible deniability. All right. For real, we all pledged our life to Pope Gregory because we be on their time and not on our own time. Not on tribal time. All right. We be on their time. And their time is always a rush, wait. Rush to wait. Rush to wait. All right, telling you where you got to go, where you got to be, and also telling you when you was born, telling you how old you are, telling you when you die. That is their time. They gave it all to you, and it's time to give it all back. You say, for real? It's really time to give it all back. Today is 4/23/1 in the Codex. Now, if I'm mistaken, I'll correct myself. But off my head, it's 4/23/1 in the Codex. Keep it basic. Off my head, it's 4/23/1. Now I'll go back and check on this video. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. Or somebody else correct me. All right. But this is what it is, man. We giving their time back, and then we tapping into our own time. All right. Thank you. So I want to do some readings because I was talking a lot of smack. And I told y'all how to create y'all deck, right? Y'all gotta write the symbols down. Remember that. I told y'all how to create your deck. If you have your book, write the symbols down. Now, when you randomly pull the symbols, you can't be afraid to talk to your mothers and your fathers. You can't be afraid. You gotta be like, yo, you gotta talk to your mothers and fathers. You're gonna be like, look, listen, I seek guidance. I seek whatever you seeking, but you seeking guidance, you seeking to know something, and you're seeking their help and their assistance. And through these symbols, they will speak to you. Through these symbols, they'll speak to you, because whether you know it or not, it ain't no elaborate images like the tarot card deck. Only thing is on there is hieroglyphics. So you have to interpret it from your mindset of how you see the hieroglyphic image. All right. But also, it is a destiny that is written down for it. All right. So, yeah, what you do is you write it down. You write down these joints and you randomly pull them. You randomly pull these things. All right. And that'll put you in a place where you need to be. And you with your heart solemnly, with your solemn heart, you request that the ancestors give you guidance and give you what you need to pass through the reality that you, or the challenges that you're going through. All right. Also, ask them. I would say, when you seek guidance, don't ask them a particular question. Just ask them about the matter that you feel. If you feel a certain way about a certain matter, all you have to do is ask about it. And if you ask about it, they will answer you. All right. They're not here to tell you why it's green, or why such and such is why the TV works. How is the invented TV? They're here to give you longevity in existence. I want y'all to think about it, right? I want y'all to think about this, man. Have y'all ever thought about this as you getting older? Like, what would you do forever? Like, when y'all transition from this world, this is why you got to be at peace with yourself right now. You can't be chasing money. You can't be chasing money. You can't be chasing a whole bunch of weird stuff. You really got to be at peace with yourself, and you got to know what gives you peace. And what you seek got to be universal. It got to be, you got to be able to say, can I do this and not in the physical body? Can I transition from this world and do what I tend to do, or chase what I'm chasing? All right? And that's the real deal of it. You got to ask yourself that. Because if you chasing money and you keep on chasing money and you find yourself chasing money, you're going to be in a whirlwind. You're going to be playing the numbers game, and you'll never be able to catch numbers. They always change up. All right? But you got to find peace with yourself. You got to find peace with what you got going on. And you can't be chasing a whole bunch of people. You can't be chasing whatever, man. You really got to be at true peace. And this is like just preparing y'all to transition. For all the people, just letting y'all know, preparing you for transition. You know, it's a process. As you get older, you come more in touch with the reality that I'm not going to be here. I'm not always going to be here. And so what you do is you set yourself for the future as well, to be remembered as messiahs. Do that. And that will be real true peace. That will be real true peace. Okay? But you got to be at peace with yourself with what you're going to do within the next forever. What are you going to do in the next forever? You got to be at peace with that. So once you figure that out, you'll really find some peace. All right? So how about this? Everybody that's in here, pick a number between 1 and 31. Everybody in here, pick a number between 1 and 31, and I'll do that. Pick a number between 1 and 31. $17. Do not overanalyze anything. 17. Don't overanalyze stuff. 22. reoccurring things happening over and over again. My fault. I stretch a little bit. 22, things happening over and over again. All right. The number two represents the battle with self. It all starts with self. I don't know if you can hear me, but the number, just trying to stretch my legs because I've been sitting down. The number two, Brother Brian, represents the battle with self. It's like it starts from self. Before you can start to criticize or to deal with anybody or anything else, you got to focus on what is wrong with here first. Number 30, Sister Shale. Number 30, it represents the potentiality. It represents that you might not be living up to your potential. You think you're living up to your potential, but 30 represents the female Messiah. So essentially, it represents potentiality. When people pick that number, they're not living up to the full potential of their being. All right? Or what is needed. So write down 3 things that represent your potentiality and tap into that. 3 things that represent your potentiality and concentrate on those things. All right. The number 24 represents stop working too much with your hands. Sister Catherine, things like you doing too much work with your hands. You need to work more with your mind instead, or get others to help you out in the work. Back to Brother Justin. You having reoccurring battles over and over again. It comes in separation of people, places, and things. If you want your victory, you got to separate people, places, and things. All right? And that'll bring you where you need to be. All right, who else? Any other numbers? Any other numbers, let me know. Any other numbers? I'm going to do a little commercial break, and then I'm going to bring on my guest. I'm going to do a little commercial break, and I'm bring on my guest real quick. Hope y'all enjoy this.
The Messiah.
We talking about being baptized with the Holy Spirit and then being baptized with fire. We talking about technology.
The Messiah.
You really think God's perception of how God's light is really perceivable in a way that you see reality in a certain sort of way, and it's really not, because they'll blind you every time you step up to the plate.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room.
No, we in the Matrix though, right? I said, man, damn. It ain't no joke that we not in the Matrix. So I said, man, we in the Matrix. So everything is a program. People be so fixated on certain things and not understanding that everything around you is a simulation of
This very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television.
This is the year 3023.
But God is the best of all planners, because this is God's building, or this is a universal principle of that
When
which
you all alive, it's biological warfare. Not a lot of you all aware. It's something that's going on.
You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church.
We messiahs walking on water, that's maritime law. Arm, leg, arm, head, never paralyzed. The revolution should never be televised.
So, yeah, I want y'all to think about the archetype mind. The archetype mind and how it connects up. And you know, everybody is literally a piece of that body of the Messiah?
You already know.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
The turtle represents 13. The turtle gives you a map for the universe. If, let's say, if you lost, and if you don't know where you're going, all you have to do is this. You just get on your knees.
How many degrees in a circle? 361 degrees in a circle, period. It's 361. I told y'all it's a dot that they always forget.
Like everyone else, you were born into bondage.
361. That's the 1 degree that everybody forgets. And then, if you think about it, it's 19 times 19. 19 times 19, that's 19 square. 361. That's
no straw
completion.
man, I ain't no chattel brand. I'm a living soul, so get the gold back. Here's a code.
Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
Right there, because 1 and the 9 is the Alpha and Omega. The 1 and the 9 represents the Alpha and Omega. That's the principle of that. Everything that flows between the beginning and the end. But really, it's really the Alpha and the Delta. Because it's no ending. It's just like everything flows within itself. Everything flows.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is.
The Messiah code. Yeah.
Okay, what's up, people? What's up? We back. Thank you for everybody still here. I appreciate it. Okay, cool. All right, so I got a special guest. Sorry, y'all. I got a special guest. Hopefully, see. Cool. Got your son in there. Yeah. Move over here. Hey, Young. Move over here so they can kind of see you. Yeah. Man, you all looking like hoodied up, man. Looking like a motherfucker. It's hot, though. Cool. That's hot. They can see you right there.
True.
All righty. So, first of all, I would like to say thank you for coming on the show. All right. Introduce yourself, brother.
My name Amra. I'm an entrepreneur in the aspect of selling cars and other attributes that I go down. But other than that, I'm aware of what's going on today in the new generation. Politics and criminal justice reform is all what I'm about. And I think that is relevant for the viewers to understand how both work hand in hand.
Okay. All right. So what's your name again for the people so they
Amra.
Amra.
Yeah.
How do I spell that so they know how to spell it?
AMRAH. AMRAH. Yeah.
And where can they find you, brother?
They can find me on Amra Holloman on iCloud, Holloman Amra on Gmail. We on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Far as the new album, Long Live Mom Dukes, my son's album.
Okay, that's
so
cool.
We doing some big things, and we're trying to do more for the community.
Okay.
Bring more to the urban community, should I say?
Yeah, I got a couple questions for you on that,
Okay,
good brother,
right.
Because this show is called the Messiah Code.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's basically about making a difference where you at. It's about leadership. It's about us being the saviors for our own world or the world that we dwell in and making that difference.
Right.
All right, and that starts from self. Okay, so I see what you got going on. Mm-hmm. I see your sons. They're in a positive direction. Mm-hmm. They have a group. Can you explain a little bit about your son's group or what you guys got going on or what's going on with that?
Well, what we have going on right now is we are actually trying to integrate into Baltimore. My sons are from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, cool.
Duluth and Lawrenceville.
Okay,
Atlanta,
that's what's up.
Georgia. So transforming down to Baltimore to learn Baltimore culture and Baltimore ways and stuff like that is what we're trying to put ourselves together with.
Okay.
My sons, I have Lil Pound. I have
what's the name of your son's group?
Hollow Gang.
Hollow Gang.
Yes.
All right, that's what's up.
Hollow Gang.
Is there anywhere we can find Hollow Gang?
Yeah, you go to YouTube, look up Lil Pound, and it'll show the album Long Live Mom Dukes. You can find it on all the platforms right now. Apple Music.
What is it called?
Lil Pound, Long Live Mom Dukes.
Lil Pound, Long Live Mom Dukes, YouTube.
Yeah, Long Live Mom Dukes. Long Live Mom Dukes.
All right, I'm gonna find it while we on here.
Yeah,
while
so
we chilling, I'm gonna find the video. I'm gonna find a little bit what y'all got going on. It is 12. It was a 12-12 moment, and we can just share that with the people. All right. So I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the group? Hollow Gang, right?
Right.
What's up? You down with the Hollow Gang?
What's the Hollow Gang?
He don't know we broadcasting here. We doing a live broadcast. So if you coming in this broadcast, you're actually, people are watching you right now.
That's Lil Zah too.
That's Lil Zah.
Yeah, that's my little son.
Zaza.
And
I like that.
He trying to get into expressing himself in the music industry as well.
Okay.
So he trying to find his way in life, and he wants to express everything that he been through at the age that he been through living into Atlanta, Georgia.
Question. Well. I got a question. What? Because I feel as though as a father,
mm-hmm.
and you got sons in this group,
mm-hmm.
you're investing in this group, right?
Correct.
All right. You believe in this group.
Absolutely.
As well. What do you think with all the stuff that's out here today,
mm-hmm.
what separates the Hollow Gang from every other sound or every other record that we will hear in the present moment or in the future? What separates them?
I believe what separates us is our culture. Our culture as in living in Atlanta, Georgia,
okay,
and Duluth and Lawrenceville, and seeing how the people intermingle with each other. I think what separates us is that we have firsthand of what is actually in those counties. Okay. A lot of people, when they rap, they rap in the format of what is going down in their county in Atlanta or Texas or Memphis. Here it is that we know about the Amigos. So whatever the Amigos say in that county next door to where we're from, we have a different view and a different perspective of the life there in that county.
Okay. So what about the sound in particular? Like, I see your perspective. I get when you say you're from Atlanta, you're here in Baltimore, y'all expressing yourselves in the way of where y'all from.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the sound? Like, what sounds influence the group, and what would make their sound unique from any other sound that we would hear?
I think that given the new generation, each generation has a different way of expressing themselves and a different sound that they want to sound like. Given the take of different artists like Big Scar or Young Dolph and stuff like that, etc. I think what we bring is a whole different sound outside of what they sound like.
Okay.
I think that the sound that we give is kind of like a futuristic of what's going on in our element, in our surroundings.
Okay.
So you know, we don't do too much of the auto tune like T-Pain and other people who use auto tune.
Okay.
We don't bring too much of a Young Dolph style. We bring our own.
Rest in peace, Young Dolph.
Absolutely.
Yo, I gotta
the
ask you a question though. One thing I like, I'm gonna say with what y'all got going on personally, is the fact that you are a father and you are behind what your sons, what they believe in. I think what I can take from everything, to me, what's different, what I see, what's different is you don't see that many fathers connecting with their children on the level where as though they are helping them with their promotions, they're helping them get their sound together. Not only that, you're shaping their mentality as well. You know what I'm saying? You're giving them some wisdom that they need, because you know they haven't went through certain endeavors or certain challenges in life that you went through, and then you can also see the cycles and give them a preventative, or to prevent them to get from this happening to them.
Right.
So that's me personally, what I see and what I think that is unique about what y'all have. And then along with that, it's like they get a good influence from you as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they can say, my question is this, besides that, do you have any creative control of your son's music?
To a certain aspect. They hate it.
Why do you have why do you feel as though you should exercise creative control over their music?
Because I am the people. I'm
but
the
you only
people.
One person.
I'm one person.
You represent one group, though.
Exactly.
One age bracket.
But when I say I am the people, I am that person listening to the music, just like the people listening to the music. So I stand by as a person ready to buy an album. So I see it how when I listen to the music is for me like what Barry Gordy did for the Temptations, and he asked everybody. He said, "Well, would you buy this record?" And some of the people put their hands down for the first record, but then when Smokey Robinson came along,
you don't personally,
for the record,
I get
I
get what the point. I get the point.
Buy the record.
I get the point you're talking about. But you don't think from a upcoming point of view that they need a council instead of just one person, and in regards to shaping their music?
I think it takes more than just me.
Okay, I like that.
I think it do take more than me, and that we are willing to accept those who have knowledge of the industry and knowledge of where we're trying to get to and how to get there. So at the end of the day, I believe that it takes more than me to just critique their music. It takes you too.
I got you. I got another personal question. Do you still critique your sons as a father? Do you critique them and you still discipline them outside of this music shit?
Absolutely.
I know the music shit's the whatever, but do you critique them in a way where as though sometimes it can become a gray area?
Absolutely.
And my question is this: if that's the case, just to give some wisdom to some other fathers that might be going through the transitional of their sons becoming boys to men, all right, how would they deal with certain confrontational situations? All right.
I believe that, it is true that one, we are kings. The fathers are kings. And so when we produce, our sons become the princes.
Okay.
Right?
I like that. And
so at the end of the day, we have to be firm at some times for our discipline and our structures for their life. As kings, they go through things to where as though the princes have never witnessed or have not saw what a king had to do in order to be a king. And so in order to prevent them from making some of the bad decisions that we had to make as kings, we have to be firm. We have to discipline. It is a time for getting personal knowledge and consciousness of your roots, of education, fundamental rights, etc. We have to stand true on one condition, is that we have to raise our princes to be kings.
I respect that one. Let me give you another question. Shout out to Sister Jamila. I see you, Brother Jamil, in the building. What up? We got people watching all over the world. Australia, UK. We got people watching Portland right now. Everywhere, man. Hear me out on this one. So I get what you got going on. You got the family thing, your father supporting your son's dream, and you got various different situations that you go through in order to balance the mentality of being a father as well as being a friend and as well as a business partner with them. So you have to have you have to wear so many hats in this situation.
Right.
All right. I got one more question for you in regards to this, and this might help a lot of other people that are working on this dream. Now, when I ask you what separates them from other groups or other whatever artists, do you have any type of training or any type of whatever for your sons? Do you I would say have like a disciplinary training for their skill?
I think that when we try to put a bondage on our children's trying to express themselves, sometimes we have to let them express themselves. Thus, if it is in a positive way, meaning I can't put captivity on their art.
Okay.
However they come is how they come, because they're expressing themselves.
You don't have expectancy, like you don't say, look, we need to have 5 songs done. We need to have this promotional work done. Do you give them that type of whatever, or you just let it go, or how does the tempo go with y'all creation?
How that go? That's
is
what I was generally by that. Generally, how that go is that we every Sunday we sit at the table.
Okay,
every Sunday
I'm liking that.
We sit at the table, and every Sunday we go to each one of my boys. And far as my label, and far as my group, with my boys, is I like for them to tell me what we need to do to move the music farther. Even though I have the knowledge of where we need to be, I like to see what they think about what is next.
I like that.
And so for them to have complete
voice.
Right.
I like that.
For them to have a voice is a beautiful thing. It is definitely a beautiful thing. Sometimes I think that we overpower things by trying to take control of the way they develop in the aspect of, sometimes we say, no, we don't, you don't do this, or you don't do that. Sometimes we have to let them do it. It's just the same as making a mistake. As in falling, we pick them up, and then the next time when they fall, they get themselves up.
So I got another question. So you just sparked something up in my mind. So along with this, right? Along with your sons being in music, along with them becoming men and everything, they're going to deal with women. This is a touchy subject.
It definitely is.
This is a touchy subject. So my question is this. With your sons have girlfriends?
Yes.
All right, cool. Do you think it's a certain thing that you got to talk to them about in reference to, how to place a relationship in their life in this mode? Because at this age, sometimes when you have a girlfriend, and I'm saying if you have a boyfriend to the girls, you lose track on what's important in life. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Like school. You know what I mean? Like these boys, hopefully they're doing great in school.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like things that they should be, focusing on as far as their career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes early relationships can distract
that. Right. Mm-hmm.
or hinder the success of our children, and
Mm-hmm.
also getting somebody pregnant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Teen
Or a
pregnancy.
woman or a female or young girl getting pregnant, that takes their future away from them very early.
Mm-hmm.
So as a father, how would just your take on this? What would you say to your son? And this is for all the fathers out here. What would you say to your son in a short message? I'm just like in the living room right now at one of the meetings.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to your son for him to stay focused, but also balance his relationship with his personal life? What would you say in short words, in a short brief?
So, in short words, as a father, I instilled a lot on them, and they saw that I was with my significant other for 16 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes. So
that's the sister I met?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, 16 years.
She good peoples too, man. She good peoples. What's her name?
Antoinette.
Antoinette.
Yes.
What's up?
Antoinette. I call her Juju.
Juju.
Yeah.
Juju.
I call
Peace.
her Juju. So, it starts with us leading a prime example as the kings.
I like that.
To treat our queens very fairly.
Treat our queens very,
very fairly.
Yes.
And, I still live by the morals.
I like
the
that.
morals of a happy wife makes a happy life.
Happy wife makes a happy life.
But it does not allow us to expose them to certain things that go behind our relationship.
Okay.
And
come on.
I don't think that certain things should be brought up
okay.
in front of them, far as arguments or disagreements,
okay.
whether y'all have disagreements or arguments, however y'all level y'all, confrontations and stuff like that. With my sons, I always tell them to do the right thing and to think before you do it. Some may say that it's easier to say it than it being done, but I do believe when you show a prime example of what
what a healthy relationship looks like,
then therefore
I like that
decisions.
Man, you get a handshake on that one. That was good.
How
I like
the
that.
king moves.
You got to show them what a healthy relationship looks like before you can tell them what to do about one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. That was a good
Definitely.
one. So let me bring your son up, man. Let me see what he can say. What he got to say. What's up, young? I'm happy to meet you, man. You want to take your hoodie off for me so they can see you? Okay. You right here. You can right here. I'm gonna say yeah. All right. So first of all, let me shake your hand, young brother.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name, man?
Kai.
Okay, Kai. All right, Kai. So you represent the group. What is it? Hollow Gang. Hollow Gang. Let me write that down. Hollow Gang. HOOLLOW.
HOLLO.
And then gang.
Yep.
All right, cool. Hollow Gang. All right, that's what's up, bro. So who influences you, man? What do you give me 3 artists that influence you, man, or 3 public figures that influenced you as an artist?
I don't really know. I take a bit of piece of everything and run with it.
Okay.
So, but I mean, the top 3.
Your top 3. Come on. Here's your top 3 that influenced you.
I'm the new generation, so I can only speak for my generation.
I'm with you. Whatever you guys say, we with you.
So, Future.
Okay. I like Future.
I'm into a lot of underground.
Come on, talk to me. Who influenced you, bro?
So I look at the underground artists because
I like the underground artists. Shout out to all the underground artists.
Yeah.
on the come up. So give me two more. You told me Future influenced you. Give me two more.
Future, Young Thug.
Young Thug. Okay, I like Young Thug. Cool.
He put the sound on for the whole South.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. Young Thug.
And I'll probably say
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD. All right.
On a feeling note, because I feel like he touched everybody.
Okay.
With his sound.
Okay. I like that. I like that. So now you're from Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So you're here in Baltimore. How do you like the transition, or how did you take the transition from Atlanta to Baltimore? I mean, from all perspectives. I mean, you're young, you know what I'm saying? You're a young man, you're growing into your adultness, and you're in school, you go through all this stuff. Like, from your perspective, you know, us parents, when we move our kids from one state to another, we don't understand how it impacts them, you know what I'm saying, or how it affects their mind and how they really feel in some ways. So can you express how you felt when you moved from Atlanta to Baltimore, and how that developed you as a person?
I mean, I'm a quick learner, and I learned to adapt.
Okay.
So it's not really hard for me to adapt anywhere. And every day, I'm looking to do something greater than yesterday.
I like him. I like that. Go ahead. You got a good mind on your shoulders. Go ahead. Keep on.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. That's cool. So how did you felt when you moved? What's up, Atlanta? I see you in here, Queen. How did you felt when you moved though from Atlanta? Because you said you can adapt to anything. I mean, this is a different lifestyle, a different culture here in Baltimore. But how did you feel in general? You felt like a new opportunity, or what? How you felt like damn, I miss my people in Atlanta. Damn, I want to go back.
I do sometimes.
Okay.
On the other hand, I don't know. I'm focused on the new path. Right?
I like it. I like that. That's a good answer. You focus on a new path.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you got any shows or anything coming up? I saw y'all perform before, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get y'all in the in my performance chamber. I'm gonna get y'all trained up in my performance chamber. I wanted to tell y'all that because I got y'all. I recorded y'all performance.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. But I'm gonna give you a pointer on your performance. Okay. You know, all real artists don't do their material over recorded material. You hear me? You gotta learn to practice and know your lyrics. If I can give you anything here today, I'm gonna give you something that'll give you longevity in this game. Learn and know your lyrics by here, where you can say your lyrics a cappella and you say it with breath and with feeling. All right, with feeling and emotion, the same way you would say it on a record. All right, but also you got to be able to perform with just the beat, dog. Your man's got to hit you with your ad libs, but you got to perform with just the beat. Raw. Not none of that. I'm going to play this song in the background. And y'all know what I'm talking about. When all these artists, you see them perform, they play their song in the background and your lyrics don't match up with your vocals when you perform it. This is what I wanted to tell you from me to you because I got your joint. All right? Know your song by heart. You wake up to that. If you don't know it, you better wake up to it. Go to sleep to it until you know it. All right? If that's what you performing. And when you are going to set to perform, you practice on your set. All right? If you and also improvisations, you got to be able to improvise. What if the music shut down? What if suddenly your mic go crazy? What if you only got one mic and you got all your homies there and you need them to ad lib you? You got to be able to deal with every and any situation that goes on. All right. So you got to think about scenarios in your mind and train your mind for that. All right. So what I would suggest is know your music by heart, my brother. Know it to the beat. That's it. Know it to the beat. And then get your homies, all that stuff, that sound that you looking for. Because what I notice about a lot of y'all new artists, the way y'all write y'all lyrics like this. I don't know. The bars go like this. You know what I'm talking about?
In straight lines.
You say something over top of what you said something last.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might say a bar, but when you say your bar, it doesn't connect like regular bars. Y'all bars connect like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. The punching technique.
Yeah.
When y'all be like, man, punch me in.
That's exactly.
I'm a punch me in. Somebody know what I'm talking about. All right. When you be like, punch me in, it's not a natural rhythm when you say punch me in, because you can't naturally do it. You need to figure out how to naturally do it. If you did all them punch-ins, that's cool. But you need to figure out how to naturally flow with it, period. And you'll have an ace performance every time. Trust me on that. And then you got to possess the crowd. You got to possess the crowd. When I say possess the crowd, like literally possess them. Possess them, like meaning that you got to be in their eyes, in their feeling, like they got to be feeling you in them. You, the visual, seeing them. That's what they want to see. And I don't care if you got 3 or 4, 5 people in the crowd. If you had 20, 30, man, the first time I performed, they put me in front of 10,000 people, yo, including Donald Trump was in the audience at the time. And I was with some label called Kathy Cable Kids. This when I was young, bro. And it's the first thing they fed me to the wolves. So, but what I learned is this: regardless of anything, no matter how many people it is, if you got 2 people, that's a crowd, yo. You got to know how to possess your audience. You know what I'm saying? Give them what they want and feed them the energy that they looking for, because that's what they came here for, a show. You give them a show. All right. No matter whatever your thing is, you don't got to worry about nobody else but who you are. All right. And express who you are. That's what this music and that's what artistry is about. It's about the individual and the expression of the individuality. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you a pointer, yo. You know? One more question for you. What does the future hold for you? And in a short phrase, and you got to speak up so the mic can hear you. All right. In a short phrase, what does the future hold for Hollow Gang and also yourself? Give me short-term, long-term goals. How about that?
Short-term.
Come on, bro. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but when you get big, they're going to put you on the spot even harder, bro. They're going to put you on the spot even harder.
Short-term,
long-term goals. I asked you where you see yourself in your group in the future.
I say a short-term goal. I'm looking to make 3 mixtapes.
Make 3 mixtapes. I like that.
Less than 2 months.
Less than 2 months. I like that. What you want to do with the mixtapes, though?
I'll drop them back to back.
Where you want to drop them? Are you got your own label?
Nah.
Are y'all on Spotify?
Yeah. I don't know everything.
We on Spotify.
Y'all on Spotify? Y'all on everything?
On every platform we on. As far as the label, we have a label. But we on every platform of the music.
Okay, long as we can find y'all. Check this. Why don't you drop a link, right? See if you can Type that in, right?
Little Pound.
Oh, Little Pound. Little Pound.
PEOUNDD.
Little Pound. All right. This
Yeah.
you?
No, that's
That's
Little
his
Pound,
music
but
video.
the album is already down on. You got to scroll down.
It's no space, I think.
Yeah, that's what he did.
We gotta get you in control of your Google. We gotta get you in
If
control of
you-
your Google, man.
Backspace Little Pound and bring up the new one right there. Backspace it together. Yeah. Here we go.
This is you right here.
Yep, that's the album.
I'm gonna subscribe to the channel. Hold up, I got y'all. I'm gonna put y'all on. I'm gonna put y'all on to what I'm doing.
And also shout out to your Prince too, because he produced a couple of the track that's on there.
My son.
Yeah, so shout out to Mozzie. He
Yeah.
produced Damn Twin. He produced that. He produced Ain't Home.
This is all y'all right here, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the name. This is their movement, y'all. For everybody that's watching, this is their movement. Lil Pound, you see, with no dash. That's how you find it. These are the songs that they got going on.
Yeah, the Damn Twin was produced by Mozzie.
Okay.
Right? Which is your Prince.
Yes, sir.
Hell no.
I like this first song right here. It says "Ain't Home" and it's 131.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you right here, home. You right home.
Yeah.
131 is my number.
Yeah.
That's the number that we talk about on this channel a lot.
Oh man.
They'll tell you, man, 131. Now I see your first song is 131. Oh man, it's hot. I just look at the number. That just blow my mind.
Oh man.
The first song is 1 minute and 30 seconds long. That's what's up, man. I'm going to put this link in the description. I'll put the link in there. Yeah, that's cool, man. So, yeah, anything else you want to say to the people, man? Come on, it's your time.
It's definitely an honor, and they probably can't see me.
Come back there.
But,
They can see you. Come over here.
Right here.
Back up so they can see your whole thing.
It's definitely
you gotta speak up though from back there.
All right. It's definitely an honor. I want to say to all my kings and queens, Salam alaikum. But it's definitely an honor being on your broadcast, my king.
Yes, sir.
It's always good to be able to let the people know where we stand at as an active unit. As I said in the background, I don't know if anybody heard me, but his Prince, actually, Mozzie, which is his son, he produced, I think, like 3 songs off of this album. So, it's definitely a big up for that. And we definitely appreciate you having a Prince like that as a king who is very articulated with the music industry and being able to craft and produce music. So we thank you, my king.
Shout out to my son Mozzie for the production.
Definitely shout out to Mozzie. Definitely.
Yeah, I thank him for bringing us together. That was cool, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely cool.
Definitely. I think that, positive energy contracts positive energy.
You got love from Australia.
Thanks, man.
You got love from Australia.
Right back, man.
Shout out to Sister Catherine. What's up? Thank you.
Right back. And
I want you to look out for that group, the Hollow Gang, Lil Pound. Go look them up. Look them up, see what they got going on. See if you can see the music. Come on in here, man. You in the group too? Back up a little bit so they can see you. Yeah, you in here. Yeah, there go Lil Pound. He up in here.
Pound.
There you go.
That's Lil Pound. We got Lil Zaza too. Lil Zaza right here.
Yeah, come on, Zaza. Yo, they love you. Yo, Zaza is actually a sacred name, yo.
Come over here real quick, Zaza.
It's actually
name this is Zara Ishmael.
Yo, don't say my full government.
Ah.
That's Ishmael. With that, he Ishmael when I get upset though. when I get upset at him, it's one of them questions you ask me, you know, as far as the discipline. He hate when I say Ishmael, come in.
They look like they get big, man. They'll give you a run for your money now.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it ain't none of that. You got
a little boxing too.
You act like you act like you gonna discipline. They like, hold up, Dad. I ain't going to my room.
No, this is 215. This 215, North Philadelphia. Like always, like I give them a good scrapple though.
Oh man, let me tell you something. One thing about me, I got 10 sons, man. I got 13 children.
You up there with Abraham.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Peep this. Every one of my sons always test me, yo. They always want to fight me when they get a certain age.
Yeah, they do that.
Y'all do that? Y'all do that to y'all dad too?
I mean,
y'all test y'all dad? Like, man, what's up? Let's throw the hands. Y'all do that? What do y'all do that with your dad?
I probably did it once, but
after that, that's cool. This is just one time. One time. Yeah, one time. Yeah. I mean, I had that with my sons. All my sons, they always tested my chin, man.
Yeah,
it's cool. It ain't.
I get that.
I think it's natural. I think it's nothing to be ashamed about it or bashful about it. Don't make a habit about it.
Right.
But I think it's cool with one time you touch your dad's chin. You know what I'm saying? You touch it. That means you ready for the world.
Right.
You're really ready for the world because your dad's going to show you. Are you really ready for the world?
Right. So I mean, one thing that we do have around the house is boxing gloves. we got a couple.
I got a big backyard.
Gloves.
I just say, yo.
Yeah. So
we go to the backyard.
Any 2 times, because what growing up with them being, teenager boys and stuff like that, they testosterone.
You don't got no daughters?
I got one daughter.
Okay, that's cool.
One daughter, and all my kids be, embarrassing her when she says she got a crush on somebody. She's in the 5th grade. She 11.
Oh, man.
All boys is hands on deck when it comes to that.
Oh man,
so definitely. But with them growing up to be young men, sometimes they get frustrated and sometimes they don't like the way I say things or the way I go about things. And sometimes it might get them a little rowdy and stuff. That's why me and my Juju keep the boxing gloves around.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I respect
but for the most part, they good kids. You see positivity. All they want to do is stick with their craft, and that is make music.
That's what's up.
And I support it.
Yo, so I'm about to check out on the broadcast. I'm gonna say this. Shout out to the Hollow Gang. They in here. Look for them. I'll be sharing some links of their performances if they'll be performing in the future. I'll be sharing some links with y'all. Make sure that y'all link up with the movement. Email the Messiah Code. I got y'all. Get on the email list. I'll be sending y'all some gifts. Remember, 12/21 is Love and Unity Day. 12/21 is Love and Unity Day. It's coming up. 12/21 is Love and Unity Day. So you might ask me, well, what do we do on 12/21 Love and Unity Day? This shows some love and some unity to some family and people that you support. All right. That's what it's all about on that day. 12/21 Love and Unity. So shout out to the Hollow Gang. Shout out to the family. Shout out to everybody that was here. It's definitely love in the building. And I'm going to leave y'all with this.
The Messiah Code. Yeah. I feel like I'm. Yeah. I feel like I'm the Messiah Code. I feel like I'm. I'm running the paint. I'm 7'1". Hitting the college. I'm 1 and done. Setting my price. I run it up. Give me my scissors. I'm cutting up. Call me Joe Better. You fucking know. Hitting the lottery. I'm fucking up. Now you niggas is sucking up. I made a killing. It wasn't up. Getting my green like Hawk. Even the nigga in the park. Treating you niggas like Mark. Shoot in the dark. You niggas are one that shot. My niggas respecting the shooter. Now you praying like Buddha. And I was shoot. No calling the cops. No calling the ops. We running the block. look at the tags, I'm making them got, yeah. You looking around, you look like a clown, you making it hot, yeah. I'm busting the trap, I get to the stack, I'm running the block, yeah. I feel like I'm really the bomb, I feel like I'm really the shit. I feel like I get to the bag, I feel like I'm really hood rich. I feel like I'm running my block, I'm filling it up to the top. I feel like I'm really the man, I feel like I'm really the bomb. I feel like I'm really the shit. I feel like I get to the bag, I feel like I'm really hood rich. I feel like I'm running my block, I'm filling it up to the top. I feel like I'm really the man, I feel like I'm running my town, I get it done. I'm making this money in ways a ton. She shaking her ass, I smack her bun. I get to the cash and make a run. I'm selling this product in bulk. I'm getting this green like Hulk. I'm trapping and ducking and all. I got it all safe in the port. I'm feeling like holy, I did it all. You talking this back and I hit your jaw. I'm turning it up, I'm burning it up. I'm hitting the scene, I'm getting my green. I feel like I'm trapping like bro. I feel like I'm grabbing my dough. I feel like I'm ready to blow. I feel like I'm really the bomb. I feel like I'm really the shit. I feel like I get to the bag. I feel like I'm really hood rich. I feel like I'm running my block. I'm filling it up to the top. I feel like I'm really the man. I feel like I'm really the bomb. I feel like I'm really the shit. I feel like I get to the bag. I feel like I'm really hood rich. I feel like I'm running my block. I'm filling it up to the top. I feel like I'm really the man. I feel like I'm